you love me, then just say it with your chest. But don't forget about me, yeah, I will do my best, and that's the truth for me and you. And those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. A broken man without a past. A vagrant aimless without a mouth. Took 2 long breaths and just one more, till my lungs couldn't hold another. For you and me. And those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. Those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. A broken man without a past. A vagrant aimless without a mouth. Some kisses your cheek and then grazes your neck. Makes my lips so damn jealous. For you and me. And those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. Take my pics.
What is crack-a-lackin' Bills Mafia? Welcome to this week's episode of the K-Gun Report. We are talking mock draft with none other than the draft guru himself, Dean Kindig. Jared, myself, and Dean will explain a lot. Mostly Dean will be explaining a lot, but he's done his research for many years. He knows what he's talking about. If you want a hell of a show about drafting technique and scouting and all that stuff, he's the guy to go through. Let's talk about it. Let's go, Buffalo. Welcome to the K-Gun Report.
Hey, Bills Mafia. This is Don Beebe of the Buffalo Bills, and you're listening to the one and only K-Gun Report. Oh, and you all know, go Buffalo.
What's up, Bills Mafia? Like I promised, welcome to the K-Gun Report, Season 7, Episode 4. This is our mock draft episode. Love this time of year. Next week, next Thursday, we will have our live draft show. Jared just headed out like crazy. As you see, we have a special guest joining us tonight by the name of Mr. Dean Kindig. He's Buff fan base's very own draft guru. Welcome to the show, Dean. He's going to have a lot of fun stuff to show us. But, Dean, tell us about this whole draft expertise, Excel, diagram, all that stuff that you do and you spend all this time doing.
Looking at scout scores for 3 years. What that means is the number of eyeballs that the Bills have put on each school, each conference, each position, and those that are highest on the Bills' priority, if you look at it that way, is wide receiver, defensive lineman, and edge. And with edge, I kind of include the players that are jack linebackers and the 4-eye guys as well. One of the things that you like to see is you want to make sure that you're getting your P3 conferences in line, and the three conferences the Bills have scouted the most this year in order: SEC, Big Ten, and ACC. And I tried to separate it out and see if there was actually a one conference that provided the defense and one conference that provided the offense, and that doesn't seem to be true. But there definitely are specific schools that the Bills shop at the most. And I'm putting this one up now. Right now, these are the top scores. These are the top 15, I believe, schools this year. Ohio State with 9 draftable players, Clemson with 9 draftable players, then Georgia and Alabama from the SEC, Miami from the ACC, and then Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Oregon, and so on. It's kind of interesting. There were a couple of schools that weren't on there in the past that actually have some total in the draft, like the UCLA. The Bills tended to go away from the West, not travel to the West. And I think that was probably an economic move. They're trying to build a stadium.
Right.
So
they need to save money where they can penny pinch where they can.
That's right. So if you look at the 30 visits, so Concepcion, Kristen Miller, Halsey, Trotter, Halton, and Neal were all from the SEC. Mm-hmm. Chris Bell and Justin Jolie from NC State would be from the ACC. You have only one player who I'm not a fan of. I've mentioned it before, that Dominique Orange, because he's slow, didn't have any scout visits in person this year. It was a curious invite, and it's very possible that they just want to see if he's somebody that they can skip over.
Right.
And maybe the problem is he plays nose tackle and the slasher 4-eye. He can do that penetrating 4-eye type from the other side of the nose tackle. We have other players like that, and one of them is Ed Oliver. So maybe that's this is a bigger, slower version for the 4-eye position. If I had to pick a player that I like the most, I'd go with Caleb Elarms Orr as the Will and Jimmy Rolder as the Mike. Before we got on tonight, I was talking to you about, well, what would the role of Terrell Bernard be in this new system? Mm-hmm. And he's small. He's too small to be the Mike, frankly. So you're probably looking for an early Mike in this draft, and to me that pushes up Josiah Trotter into the mix. I don't know how high up. I've got him at 59, and that's probably conservative. He probably should be higher.
Right. Okay. Right. There's a handful of the Mikes in the draft, and are the Bills going to go in the first round after Mike? Who knows? But that is a great question, because the linebackers in our 4-3 defense have always been like the 6 to 6'2", 220 pounders. And I apologize. Like I said, I misspoke last week about the size of the linebackers. They tend to be, especially the Mike, the bigger linebacker in a 3-4, because we only have a nose guard in between the guards and the center. You need someone that could take on a guard or fill a gap. So definitely agree with you on that. I do want to real quick, we are sponsored, a year sponsor this year, lucky enough to have Otis and Lisa's and Dirty Jack's sponsor us, guys, right in the heart of the Finger Lakes, Phelps, New York. 2 local favorites are bringing together people. At Otis and Lisa's, it's all about flavor, Finger Lakes' finest wings, fresh made pizza, and the kind of quality you don't just find anywhere. It's something you come back to. Down the road, right around the corner, you step into Dirty Jack's Tavern, a true local hangout, cold local beers, a welcoming atmosphere, and a place where everyone feels at home. Owned by Andy and Lisa Mattoon, it's more than great food and drinks. It's about community, connection, and supporting Phelps every day. Come for the food, stay for the people, be part of something special. Dean, if you're ever in a Phelps, Clifton Springs area and you're craving some pizza, craving some wings, it's not just that. They have like poutine stuff, and they have a fish fry. They have a lot of good food there. Hit up Otis and Lisa's. And if you're thirsty, like I said, Dirty Jack's is right around the corner.
Don't wait for the sauerkraut festival.
I know, right? And
Right.
and they're busy during that time of year. And the beautiful thing is, because they're both owned by Andy and Lisa, if you're at Dirty Jack's enjoying a drink, and if you feel hungry, you can order off the Otis Lisa menu right there, and they bring it right to you. So
Whoa.
they are our year special sponsor. Thank you to the
Dean,
both.
also, just because it's sauerkraut, what do they do that in the late August?
Yeah.
Phelps incorporates everything that week into sauerkraut. So I wouldn't be surprised if they came up with a sauerkraut pizza, sauerkraut sour beer, or even a sauerkraut chicken wing mix. So you just keep your eyes open.
All right. I'm a fan, so
Here you go.
we'll get there.
We will get there. We always hit up the fans that are talking in the chat. Welcome, Fandemonium, Bills Mafia. We'll start off with Mr. Corey Teeds joining us today. What's up, Bills Mafia? Almost draft time. What's good, boys? It is almost draft time, and we actually are going to make Dean a busy guy today, guys. He's the one that's going to be showing you everything on that share screen there. We're also going to do a mock draft. If you haven't visited Fanspeak, go out that way. Sign up using their stuff. Not only do they allow an extensive amount of draft and information for these guys, but you can also come up with your own big board. You can also make trades. It's a beautiful thing. I've utilized it. I haven't signed up yet, Dean, but I've utilized it quite a bit, and I use Dean's big board to do my mock. So that's what that's all about. John Johns joins us. What is up, Mafia? Time for some football talk. You ain't kidding. Ellen Lartz, let's go. Get ready for draft day. Go Bills. Hey, Bills
Go
Mafia.
Bills.
Just so you know, if you have a question, throw it on there. Dean is the expert in the draft. So if you have a question about a player, he'll be able to give you some pretty good insight about that. Buffalo Spartan. This is Sparta. What's up, boys? Mafia mount up.
Mount
8
up.
days until Corey and I watched us trade out of the first live from the draft. Dean, Buffalo Spartan is one of the super fans. He was the guy that dressed up in the Halo Spartan outfit at the games. Pretty cool.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Lou RQ. Oh no, we trade back again. I think I'm on that board there, Lou.
Yeah.
Let's get dirty with Jack. And oh, Kraut Wings, love it. So
That's lovely.
we have I know the fans are gonna have a lot of questions for Dean. But I apologize, Jared. I did not introduce you. I was so excited for Dean to come in, and you pieced out pretty quick.
Yeah.
So say hi to everyone. Tell us where they could find you on social media.
Yeah. Jared, we're on TikTok. TikTok actually 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. X 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. My hashtag right there or over here. Jared 24/7 BF on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I'm just hanging out. I'm going to take a lot of information in. I've done a couple mock drafts. I have one question. I know for Dean, my biggest concern right now is linebacker, but every time I did a mock draft at 26, there wasn't really anybody there to grab. Is there somebody that you're going to want to trade up to get as linebacker, or are we safe waiting until the later rounds?
I think we're safe waiting. And some of my favorite linebackers are further down the board. As a matter of fact, I think that if they stick with that SEC, Big Ten, ACC order, it may not be somebody like Jake Golday, even though he's a very good player and he's big and Tremaine sized and everything. I think we'll be waiting further down the line. You can see that's the only one up there that's got the big scout score among these are the combine visit players that you're looking at now. People that they made some contact with at the combine or elsewhere.
Okay.
And then same up here, you've got one Josiah Trotter. So he's the SEC guy. So he's your true Mike if you want to go for somebody. way over on your right, you can see that the scout scores just for this year. If you a 9+ means it's higher than 9, so that's people like Chris Bell and Grayson Halton. So it seems to me like you're going earlier. You're going to try to fill the positions of defensive linemen and maybe wide receiver, and then not too far after that, you're going to get your linebackers.
Okay.
I've a couple of ones that I did earlier. I found that
Josiah Trotter,
Jay
is he pedigree? Is Josiah Trotter pedigree? Is he
Jeremiah Trotter's son?
Yeah, is he?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, all right.
So that's important.
Yeah.
DNA is always important, and you can see here with this the guys that played in these games did really well in the scouted games. So I kept track on that under that perf column, the ones that really performed when they had to in front of the Bills scouts. So Trotter is one of those ones that got my highest grade, the quintuple P's. So that was the so three of them in the SEC and one in the ACC that were brought in for 30 visits just crushed their games, and that's what you want to see.
Nice.
I'm kind of a fan. If the Bills wanted to go somewhere early and even in the trade down, I'm a big fan of Chris Bell from Louisville, and that would not surprise me in the least. Grayson Halton of Oklahoma, he'd be that slasher 4-eye. You're looking for a disruptive player. That's Grayson Halton, and that one was another one that got that 9+ scout score. And you can fill me in on why Justin Joly got a 30 visit and Dominique Orange got a 30 visit, and we'll both know, because I have no idea why.
Well, Dana, I believe that I think you alluded to it earlier before we got on. You may have people come in that you just want to interview to make sure that they aren't the right fit. I mean, I don't think every 30 visit is something to say, hey, we want you here. Their NFL's paying for it. We need visits. Let's get someone in here that prove to me that you're not a right fit here. Maybe that's a situation there.
Yeah, that could be more of it, because right around that same time, let me pull it up here. Right around that same spot at 1:30. Let me pull this up. These are the players. Eli Raridon is right after that. Now he's had an injury, but he's better now. He's taller, bigger, faster, and did better against AP ranked teams than Joly. So I don't buy it. I don't buy I use the term slight and slow just so I can find them quickly. Justin Joly is slight and slow. So
could there be somebody in the front office that's related to some of these guys that they're like, hey man, bring in my cousin. Let's check him out. Let's see what he has to offer.
That could be.
But I do want to throw this out there, guys. I've seen this Excel sheet plenty of times. I read it perfectly fine. It's Dean's done a great job, but just so when you're looking at the slasher, and Dean helped me with the explanation for this, when you see 4-eye slasher versus heavy, the heavy indicates someone that's going to line over the center and take on double teams. When you see the term slasher next to it, he's referring to the guy that's going to penetrate gaps, try to get in for pass disruption, a pass rush. So when you see heavy, we're thinking run stop. When we're thinking slash, we're thinking quarterback pressure. Also, when he's talking about the visits, the scouting 9+, that includes scouts. That includes anytime anybody went to the game, interviews, all that stuff. So he's done his research. He knows when players are going where, when scouts are going to certain teams. So the higher the number, obviously, the better. That means they've watched this player a lot more than the ones with the lower numbers. So just a quick explanation for you. I do have a question from a couple of our followers.
Sure.
Let's see here. Corey had a good one, and then we're jumping from defense to offense. Guys, this is a draft show. Dean, I hope and probably in about 15, 20 minutes, we'll pull up Fan Speak and we'll actually do a draft. But
Yeah.
let's I love this conversation we're having right now. Corey wants to know, what wide receiver do you think we could draft that fits the Bills?
Oh, that's a great question. We know, Concepcion, if you looked at all of the players and the involvement that the Bills had with him, he didn't have scouts at his games, and this is Texas A&M we're talking about. This is a team that did really, really well this year.
Right.
But if you organized all of the guys with the Bills' involvement, the four that are at the top of your screen right now are the ones that had the most involvement, and the two at the top of the screen are the ones that had the 30 visits. But Chris Bell had 2 games scouted. Deion Burks had 5 games scouted. So this could be a subterfuge because Deion Burks is right around that 91 pick. So that's a real possibility. He got a 4.3 in the 40, and Brennan Thompson, that you've been hearing so much about, got the 4.26. Well, that's not much of a difference, and Brennan Thompson wasn't scouted that much. In fact, he was not scouted at all in 25. That's this column, if you can see what I'm highlighting. Chris Bell's comp, I like his comp to be DJ Moore, and I think he's on our team.
Yep.
So that would be a good bet there. The other one, because the Bills have scouted Clemson so much over the last 3 years, Antonio Williams shouldn't be counted out of this at all. And if you want somebody for deep, let me show that to you. I got these from EA Sports. I thought this was kind of a fun thing that they had. They have deep score and juke scores.
Okay.
So Jordan Tyson, as far as deep route running, was the only one that was ahead of Kevin Concepcion, Elijah Surratt, and Ted Hurst for deep route running. As far as jukes is concerned, Concepcion is the best at both. If you're talking about blocking, way over to your right, it says 59 blocking for Jordan Tyson. That's the only reason I would take a Big 12 player. I would not look at his stats, but he did really, really well. The one that did the best in a game was Elijah Surratt. So what do we know?
Now, I see the guy down there in yellow. If you could tell us a little bit about Mr. Ted Hurst, not a name you followed a lot when you were watching the season this year, but someone that shined in the not the varsity camp, the senior game and all that stuff. Went up over people, caught the balls. He ran a 4.42. He looks like he's a deep 92 and a pretty good juke.
Yes.
What's the theory on Ted Hurst? See, I do have us getting a wide receiver, and I do have us getting Ted Hurst later in like the 3rd or 4th round. What's your take on him?
Yeah, see, I have him at 75, and I don't know what consensus says about him, but I see him gone before the Bills make their 3rd pick, or their 3rd round pick.
Right. Okay.
So again, the performance thing here is pretty important, because if it says no scout, it's just a quick way of comparing. Okay, which guys did they bring in that they didn't even send a scout to their games?
Right.
And that includes Concepcion, Hurst, Boston, far west, Skylar Bell, Anthony Smith, and Brennan Thompson. So you've got players that are kind of all over the map there. And then the other thing you may not know is that where it says versus AP, this is how well they performed against AP ranked teams. That's in the the stats section of ESPN, if you go under splits, you can get how many. And I made the number small if they didn't have 10 catches, and I made the number big if they do. And if it's in bold here, like Brennan Thompson and Kevin Concepcion, it means that they were in the top 5. So
Nice.
if it's bold. So
gamers.
If it's bold or standing out.
Yeah. Having big time games.
Brazel's just at the bottom of that, and he's not quite the juke guy. And Brennan Thompson, for as fast as he is not that good at jukes. So I think that he could float to that 3rd round. And Jay Valai, the Bills wide receivers coach, he has coached him and actually recruited him. So, so he was number 1 in SEC yards receiving, and he was top 5 in average, and had the 5th fastest 40 in combine history, and he was disappointed. So we can all say, "Oh, that's too bad you ran a 4.26," and we're disappointed.
But his juke score was low. Is that what you're saying, Dean?
Yeah. So that doesn't mean everything, but it certainly isn't as low as a lot of the players. But the juke score of 481 of all the ones you're seeing there is the lowest of the ones that you're seeing here. I spend far too much time when I even find where their hometown is. The one that's closest, by the way, is Skylar Bell. He's in the Bronx, but that's fun. And you can always say, "Okay, well, what about weight?" I can look at here and say, well, like, who are the ones that weigh the most? Well, there's a guy we won't be drafting, Caleb Brown, because he has character issues. But Chris Bell is the number 1. Malachi Fields is actually in that list. Some of them won't be drafted, but Josh Cameron is there. He's 6'1", 220, and Duran Bradley, he's slow as molasses, but 6'4".
Now Chris Bell, he's coming. Did he have an ACL tear at the end of the season?
Yes. So
I know
you'd be getting a guy that probably wouldn't be running routes for you at training camp, which is 5 minutes down the road. Just saying.
Nice.
So that's a good bet to. That's why he would have been a 1st rounder, but I think he's a 3rd rounder because of that ACL, and you're taking a chance, but I think that Brandon Beane has taken some chances before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Jared, I don't know if Jordan Tyson is the wide receiver out of Arizona State, who's also one of those injury-prone guys. So, not for nothing, but if you're drafting and the Bills go 2 defensive guys right off the bat with the 1st and 3rd, and for some odd reason these injuries scare a lot of these teams away, I don't see Jordan Tyson making the 4th round. But you never know who's going to go deeper. We always have people falling.
Yes.
And tell me that wouldn't be a perfect story. I know we're talking a lot about wide receivers now. Bean got harassed by WGR, and of course a lot of fans about not drafting a wide receiver last year. Technically speaking, we did draft a wide receiver this year with our 2nd pick in DJ Moore. So on our offense, Dean, as far as the draft goes, give me a few positions that you think are a must fill, because I honestly see we have 7 picks. I think we're going to have 6 by the end of the day. How many picks do you think we're going to use on offense, and are they going to be immediate starters? Do you see any immediate starters in this draft based on what they need?
Yeah, I think that some of them can wait, but because like the seventh most scouted position of the this year was right guard. But all of the right guards that they did scout were at our pick 165 or later. That's the 5th round or later. Mm-hmm. The LTs that they scouted, there were 5 of them, and one we learned just got a 30 visit, Austin Barber, I think it is. All of them are LTs except for Jennings Dunker. He's the mullet guy. He's more of a right guard, right tackle combo plate. We might be okay with that, although some people say, well, we probably are more likely in need of a left tackle because we lost. Who did we lose? We lost Vandermark.
Yep. Vandermark.
So that in itself might be a case.
Dean and Jared, do you guys believe that a mullet gives you a few extra points in draft capital?
Yes, it does. Yeah, absolutely, it does.
Yeah, and your nod goes
line.
from this. Your nod goes from this to this. You got to throw it forward, right? So the waves come forward.
Yeah, right.
Now, who's it spike more on, linebackers or offensive linemen?
So we're gonna take two linebackers at minimum. I think we're gonna take a free safety that's more chameleon this year. I think we might take a cornerback. I think that's going to happen later because of the guys they brought in. And I think one of the wide receivers is going to be a kick returner. I don't see it being a cornerback that is the kick returner, but there's a wide receiver running back that I like a lot, Adam Randall. He's at Clemson. And he could do both. He could be your sixth wide receiver and he could be your fourth running back. And I think he could even be your fullback. Although I have some other guys that I like more for fullback.
Because Reggie Gilliam is no longer on our roster, so right now we're fullback less.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you could bring a guy in that can play all three, we know Bean likes to bring in guys that are multifaceted, kind of hybrid players. Yeah, bring it on. If you could bring a guy that can do all of them.
Yeah. So
6'3", 232. He's
yeah,
big.
these are the big guys. These are the big guns. If you did it just by weight, Sam Roush.
All those guys are bigger than any of the linebackers that we have.
So yeah. So if it's the 6'5", 261 Will Kesmerick, you probably can get him with your 6-rounder. Ohio State guy. He's had the most action. They sent 3 people to the Ohio State Pro Day. Bean, Gain, and whoever the East scout is. And that would be a good one. Sam Roush he had the top tight end Raz at the combine. He led the ACC in receptions and yards, I believe.
Okay.
So I think they wait until late for that, and the Max Bredesen of Michigan is probably the best all-round fullback if you don't consider using him as a tight end. And I don't think we have to. We've got a full tight end room as far as I'm concerned.
100%. Yep, we do.
I mean, as far as like all-around athlete, Sam Roush seems like he'll fit the special teams kind of play, plug and play, tight end, fullback kind of thing. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm okay with fullback, tight end, special teamer later. So let's do a little bit of a draft. If Dean, if you can go ahead and pull up a fan speak, we'll see how we do, guys. And I just want to let you know, based off who we draft during this, we've got 9 days until the draft. So check out 24/7 Buff Pandemonium social media pages. We will go ahead and I will do a draft profile on everybody that we draft today. Dean, I think you can save this. So send me that draft when you're done. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of draft profile. I think that'd be pretty awesome. I do want to get a shout out to our sponsor real quick.
Right in the heart of the Finger Lakes, Phelps, New York, 2 local favorites are bringing people together. At Ellis and Lisa, it's all about flavor. Finger Lakes' finest wings, fresh-made pizza, and the kind of quality you don't just find anywhere. It's something you come back for. Then just down the road, step into Dirty Jack's Tavern, a true local hangout. Cold local beers, a welcoming atmosphere, and a place where everyone feels at home. Owned by Andy and Lisa Mattoon, it's more than great food and drinks. It's about community, connection, and supporting Phelps every day. Come for the food, stay for the people, be part of something local.
There you go. Love that commercial. Love that commercial.
That
And
looks good.
it was good. That's Jared's voice, Dean. I don't know if you know recognized it.
That's
We also
great.
have another sponsor this year, Trails End. There's a place right in Dresden where the air smells like Sunday morning. Fresh bread, sizzling bacon, and coffee that could wake you with a smile. At Trails End Restaurant, comfort food isn't just a menu item, it's a promise. Hearty home-style meals made from fresh quality ingredients, pies made that very morning, and folks who greet you like family. Even if it's your first time through the door, stop by Trails End Restaurant today, Route 14 Main Street, Dresden, because sometimes the best trails lead you home. Jared, you rave about a burrito. I haven't yet to be there. I'll be the first to admit I haven't been there. I'm going there eventually, probably with when our kids play each other in the Fly Fickle Football League. What's that burrito all about? You rave about it all the time.
So it's about as big as your head. And what the magic part about it, and Dustin, who owns the restaurant, says he doesn't do this to his burrito, but he does it to everybody else's. He puts 3 hash browns in the bottom layer. And then he piles all the eggs and sausage and peppers and everything in it. And then it's like a real thick burrito done right. And yeah, it's magical. When I first bit into it, I knew something was different, and it was that hash brown in the bottom. It was beautiful.
Oh, damn. Hash brown at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
For those of you who are out in the Buffalo area or even the Syracuse area, I know you guys are just outside the Finger Lakes, but the Finger Lakes do offer a ton. Us at 24/7 Buff Pandemonium, we also have a sister page, Dean, called the Finger Lakes Mafia, because we're trying to bring recognition to the fans that are actually in the central New York Finger Lakes area. And there's a lot to offer. We have breweries, we have pizzerias, we have eateries like Trails End. I mean, the options are endless. You just have to know where to find them. And that's why I love that Otis Lisa's, Dirty Jacks, and Trails End are sponsored, because now we can help promote them. And they're doing us. We love the fact that they're sponsoring us. So thank you again, guys. And I can't wait to have that burrito for sure. Joey Hatch says, so are you saying we don't need a nose tackle? Because we already have one, ? Because we don't have anybody that fits the scheme of the new defense. So
No, we need one.
we do need one. I think Deion Walker is a good start. He's that 6'6", 325 plus guy. I know he ranked more when he bring in as a 4-3 as a Tech 3 defensive tackle, but a full offseason, all that stuff. He's got that wide arm span. I think he'll be our starting nose tackle, but I definitely do believe, I have it on my list here, nose tackle, Hog Molly is a place we need to start, at least in the first 3 picks. We need to address it. Dean, what's your take on that? Do we get one of those heavy nose tackles, as we were saying, that's going to take on the center and the guards, or do we get one of those slashers?
Yeah. So I think if you take somebody like Bobby Jamison Travis at the end of the draft, like even in free agency, I would take him late just so that you have him. But he can play nose tackle and slasher, and he's 328. So that's in the range of what Jim Leonard is looking for. Dante Corleone, how good would it be to have Don Corleone on the Mafia?
There you go.
He's the heaviest at 340. He's short, but it's very, very hard to block him because he's so short. So I don't consider that a defect at all. So the ones that I've highlighted in I guess you would call that Miami Dolphins blue over on the right, actually have a connection to the Bills, either somebody on the team or a former coach or connection like that. So I wouldn't think that Brandon Cleveland is just another guy that they talk to at the combine. I think that he might be in the mix, but as you can see, he's 307. He's probably more like a guy that would be playing at one of the 4 eye spots on either side,
Mm.
but he is so ripped, so strong that he can hold up, and so could all of the guys that they actually spent time with. The ones they spent the most time with actually met were again down on day 3. Kevin Jobity, Jaden Loving, and I just mentioned BJT, Jamison Travis. So those guys you can get later, and there's even a couple of guys that you might be bringing in free agency. I know it doesn't sound like a good idea to wait until free agency to get your chosen guy, but in this case, there's a history of them having difficulties drafting their defensive tackle early. You can remember Marcel Darius being one of them. And you can probably mention others that you know of, but I don't think we have to wait all that long. They've spent a lot of time. They've spent a lot of time with Tim Keenan of Alabama, and I know they've put in their due diligence with Caden McDonald. He is slow. He's not as slow as Tim Keenan, but you don't have to be speedy. You don't have to run a 40 ever when you're middle. You're plugged down in the middle there.
Those first 4 steps are the most important steps of your career if you're a defensive tackle.
Right. So
Cade McDonald is a fan favorite. I am one of those guys that agree that if he's available at that point, that's one of those guys. And I'm on the fence, Dean. We double dip at defensive line, or we double dip at middle inside linebacker. Either way, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I think that they've got some diamonds in the rough, and I keep finding out about them. They're like, where did they find this guy? I couldn't even find him, and he wasn't even on the consensus board. And they found him. This Jaden Loving, I think I have him the highest ranked of anybody. I don't think he's still on the consensus board, which is an amalgamation of tons of mock drafts. Right. So, we'll get one. We'll probably get one early. We might get one late.
I'm going to throw this comment up there, and then we'll do our mock draft and see what's available to us. One of our OGs, Dean and Jared, Paulette Brown, says that she keep us in her prayers. She's going into surgery May 5th for a left shoulder rotator cuff tear. It needs to be fixed, but I'll be okay. Paulette, we love you. Our prayers are with you. I'm a nurse myself, and I know that's a hard recovery, that rotator cuff. Jared, you're a massage therapist. That's one of those hardest things. There's a lot of tendons. There's a lot of muscles that's involved. So take care of yourself. Do everything the doctor asks you. I always say stay hydrated, stay well, get your protein and well nutrition.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys see, Dean pulled up the fan speak. That is available to anybody that's interested. You can sign in with an email. You can upgrade and do all that good stuff. Luckily, we have Dean with us, who's you see he's already a member at the Buff fan base. By the way, we are part of the Buff fan base network. I can't forget to say that. Been blessed to be a part of their network for the last bunch of years. A bunch of shows with a whole bunch of different opinions. So tune in to all the shows that they have to offer. The Buff fan base network, and 26 shirts, 26shirts.com. Hit them up. Go to the website. You'll understand what they're all about. It's a charity that raises money for families in needs, and it's mostly Western New York. So, and you get sweet merch with it. So what do we got? We got about 20 minutes to a half an hour. Let's start a mock draft. And like I said, whoever we pick tonight, I will do a draft profile on so you guys can know a little bit more about these people.
Super.
What do we got here, my friend?
We can help you there. So I've already put in the fact that I want to use my big board on this. I spent more time on the big boards than most, quite humbly. But let's start this baby up. I've got it on fast. If you'd like to go slow, you can. And here's what's available right now. We've got Jordan Tyson falling to us, Avion Terrell, Akeem Mesidor, CJ Allen, TJ Parker, and Kevin Concepcion. Denzel Boston is also there. The difference between Boston and Concepcion is that Boston is an X receiver. Concepcion is a ball magnet. TJ Parker has the best numbers of anybody on the defensive line, and it has been a 3-year. I believe that, yeah, Clemson is one of the top 5 in terms of being scouted. You don't know whether they were there for Avion Terrell or TJ Parker, but I guarantee TJ Parker could help you from day one. And my proposal would be to trade down, and I know that's scary, but I would trade down if the player you really want is covered. And what I mean by that is there's a wide receiver, Jordan Tyson, here. Well, if you want Kevin Concepcion,
he's covered by
or Boston, you probably can trade from 26 down to
Past those guys.
2, let's say, with the Cardinals, or even to 32 with the Seattle Seahawks, and you'll be okay. One reason I know that is a feature of Fanspeak. Look on the left-hand side, you can see who's been taken already. They're the little check marks, and what they're probably after next. So that's really, really helpful. I noticed that nobody between me and them is interested in a wide receiver as much, and one has already gotten their wide receiver. That's the Chiefs. So,
or defensive lineman, and it looks like the Patriots are next as edge. So, and definitely no one's after linebacker. CJ Allen, the linebacker out of Georgia, he fits that size, the 235-pound linebacker frame. So, I mean, yeah. What do you want to do? You guys want to trade back?
I think trade back, because I think most of Bills Mafia feels like that's going to happen. So let's just roll with it and trade back.
This is wonderful, because I can actually look and see who the remaining players are and how far back I want to go. I could even go back to Seattle here, or I could go all the way back to the second round. It's very possible that the Cardinals will offer more because they don't have Ty Simpson yet.
And they're a little desperate. I think Seattle won a Super Bowl last year. They're not as desperate. Cardinals might be, let's move up and get someone we need. I like the trade with the Cardinals.
So Cardinals, here are the Cardinals' needs. Mesidor is on the board, one of the top 3 on the board. They might really, let's see if I can get an offer here. I will take their 2nd. I will take their 4th. And I can be greedy here and take the 5th.
May as well. Let's do it.
All right. Let's see. Trade accepted.
All right.
All right.
I'm good.
They were desperate. It'll be interesting to see who they actually draft here. Wait a minute. They took Tyson. So, all right. So now we have these players available. We still have Avion Terrell. We have Denzel Boston. And the edge right now is Cassius Howell, Zion Young, and Malachi Lawrence is there as well.
All right. Can I throw in my 2 cents there, Dean?
Yeah, please.
I have right now, as a defensive lineman, I have Caleb Banks. Is he available? Is he one of the guys? I would grab him at 26.
Well, you can grab him at 35.
Yep. And I also have as my linebacker, if he's available at 26, would have been edge would have been Cassius Howell, and both those guys are available. Okay.
Let's think about defensive linemen. I'm going to start round 2 here. We still can get either one you're talking about. We have Banks, Hunter, and Miller, and we've got arm concerns with Banks, right?
Yep.
Possible injury concern, and Lee Hunter just came in for a visit, so there's that. I'll make it even harder for you by saying that Lee Hunter has the best interview. I've listened to an interview of every player, and Lee Hunter had the best interview of everybody. Many people have Kristen Miller higher than either of those 2 players on their boards. I will say that. So I've made it a triple dilemma here. Banks, Hunter, Miller in defensive linemen. Let me do this. If I put these up and put them in order here. Okay, here's where they would play, and these are now in order of scout score.
There you go.
Kristen Miller would be your heavy 4-eye, and if they do go into a 4-2-5 in the nickel, which he calls peso, he would switch to either be the 1 tech or the 3 tech. So he's remarkably flexy like that. Lee Hunter has the most solo tackles of all of them, and he has the highest get home rate. What get home is sacks plus tackles for loss per game over his career.
And plus, he's a heavier weight slasher. He's on the heavy side of the slasher.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's an attractive pick then.
We might do that.
What do you think, Jared? Want to get Hunter?
I like Hunter. Yep.
Okay, we're doing it.
6'4", 318. He's a pretty big dude as well. So
yeah, exactly. All right, this is round 3. Some of those others going bye-bye. Okay, I'm glad this happened. The Seahawks want to trade with us. Mm-hmm. They are likely considering Keith Abney, Antonio Williams, LT Overton. Antonio Williams is on the board. So we've got a problem. Jashawn Barham is on the board. He's probably your Mike linebacker for life. It's a drop of 5 players, and we pick up a round 6.
And we can't see what would be available to us, but we already got.
Yes, the players over to the right are
the next highest. Interesting.
Now, I know that they were interested in Antonio Williams a long time ago, but they brought in DJ Moore. So that may be. I'd almost think that Barham is the best choice. And a drop of 5 picks might still let you get him.
Oh yeah.
If you want to accept that trade.
An inside linebacker, if he's the Mike, that you got to consider that may be the inside linebacker position is where we double dip. We should probably hit it early in the.
Yes, I totally agree. And if you're going to choose one or the other, choose the Mike, because I think we're more likely moving Bernard over to Will. Right. So let's accept the trade. We can always trade back up a little bit.
Right.
So, okay. Let me show you all. Okay. Barham is the 4th player on my board. I no longer, I think, would have a need for any of the ones above Barham.
Right.
I know they like Jacoby Lane, and I know that they brought in Julian Neal, but Barham is a really good choice there.
And not just that, but it looks like round 4 we have the 4th pick now after that trade. So
yes,
so
we've got an early round 4, which means we're going to be picking again real soon.
Get that middle linebacker there, Dean. What do you think, Jared? Do you think we're okay with that, Mike? We got our Mike.
I think. Oh, we have another trade. The Patriots. It's a thing I have. I'm declining the Patriots.
No divisional trades.
Yeah.
Don't need to help them out at all.
Oh, okay. So now you could, if you wanted, you could get. You've had 2 defensive picks here. You could choose an offensive pick and get a wide receiver that has not been scouted a lot. That's Bryce Lance. He's good size. Jacoby Lane is a wide receiver that they did scout, and I believe he has got really good. Let me just check this, but I think Jacoby Lane would be among the ones that fits that deeps and jukes. Yeah, so he's 6'4", 200, 4.47 speed. I've got to find out if Brennan Thompson and Deion Burks have already been picked. Let me show you how I do that. I'm going to just do a search. Burks was picked early at 73.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's off the table. Brendan Thompson, the guy that our coach recruited, he was picked at 98. So
And the fandemonium mentioned that Ted Hurst guy. Where'd he go?
let me put in Hurst and find out too. Ted Hurst is there.
He's still
He's
available.
at 103 on my board, and that's not too far down. You want to get him?
Yeah, I mean the fandemonium spoke. Let's go ahead and grab Ted Hurst.
Hey, let's do it.
Who was
All
the
right.
other guy though? Jacoby Lane.
So
Yep.
Jacoby Lane, and this is we don't usually get this many trades, but it's kind of interesting to see that feature. They want us to trade down 9 picks. If you counted down 9 over there, Caleb Elarm's or would be a really nice compliment to the Mike you've already chosen.
Yeah,
That would be my recommendation. But Justin Jolie, the guy that they brought in for a 30 visit, is there. And it's very possible that they were checking that out for a trade of some sort. That's a possibility. We probably would want to decline this trade, if you don't mind.
Yep, I don't mind that.
And that way you could still get whatever position you wanted to get. I'm suggesting we double dip on the linebacker right away.
And I honestly believe that's a position that we do double dip in. The Will and the Mike linebacker, I think, something we need to fill.
Yeah.
And
I
you
agree.
had a lot to say, Dean, before the show started about Caleb Elam's or.
I think that's who you got to go with.
Yeah.
But can you real quick check for me? There's a guard that I like out of Georgia Tech. I can't remember his name. I saw an interview.
Shrouth. Oh, Notre Dame. Billy Shrouth. He was injured.
Okay.
He would have been a first rounder. He's getting better. That would be an awesome pick for your left guard.
Okay.
There are other linebackers later that you could get if you wanted to. If you didn't,
No, let's
we have
get
another pick fairly soon at pick 3 in round 5 as well.
Yeah, let's get our Will linebacker. I like that Or guy. You talked me up on him in the
Yeah.
preview here.
Yeah,
I know
Elarm's
it's a guy
Or.
you like. Yeah.
And after that, it sort of dries up as far as guys that could start for you first. So let's see if that guard is still there. Nope. So that guy came and went. So the other possibility is that you're interested in the most scouted edge. Caden Curry is a possibility. Mikhail Kamara, you could talk me into. He's not the size, but he certainly has the stats that a lot of these guys don't have. The defense. There's Jaden Loving, the guy I was talking to you about. As far as if you wanted another guy that could do heavy 4-eye and nose tackle, Jaden Loving is a guy I've checked out a lot. And we still don't have a safety. So Spears Jennings is very, very high up on the Bills chart. So that's a real possibility. You probably are going to need somebody opposite Cole Bishop.
Yep, because Cole's going to be backed up by Hamlin. And then you have Gardner Johnson, that's going to need a backup. Geno Stone's going to be there. I don't see him being there very long, so I think you bring someone in that could learn the system for sure.
That would be a really good pick. At this point,
I don't know. Edge is screaming for me. That 3-4 outside linebacker edge is something that right now we're mix and matching. We brought in Chubb, and I honestly think he's the only true 3-4 outside linebacker we have on the roster. I think we should bring someone in.
I think is he paused? I think
I think Dean paused.
Uh-oh.
I'll give him a couple minutes.
All right.
Dean, if you can hear me, go ahead and I'm going to remove you here. I'm gonna take the screen off also.
Do you have access to that, Scott?
Huh?
Do you have access to his board?
Oh, here he goes. We're back.
There I
There he is.
Well, no, we're back.
Something
we're back.
happened.
It's all right. You're back. You're back. I was saying that I think the followers, I think the Bills Mafia, if I'm looking at the board, we haven't got an outside linebacker pressure guy yet. And if we're to look at who the Bills currently have there, I think we're okay with what we have. But I think Braden Chubb is the only one that's the true 3-4 outside linebacker that's had experience there.
Right.
Can you draft this one there, Dean? Which one would you go after as far as edge, outside linebacker, 3-4?
Yeah. So I think in the past they've chosen linebackers, and you're talking about like a jack linebacker.
Yep.
It would be somebody that got a lot of solo tackles per game, and was pretty good in run defense. The two that I'm thinking the most about, that is not named Anthony Hill Jr., would be Harold Perkins, and I think he might be gone, but I'll bet you either for a jack type linebacker. Let me look here. Harold Perkins is sort of that fast Dorian Williams type, but he's all over the field. 3.31 solo tackles per game over his career.
Oh, there you go.
Anthony Hill's, just for comparison, 3.37, and he's one of the best run defenders in this draft. Josiah Trotter would be up there, and Redden Murdoch of Buffalo. He's the Mike, and he's slow, but he's not the speed rusher off the edge that you're looking for.
John Robert actually in the comments says later Red Murdoch.
Yes, it's one of my last picks always. All right, so we have to find an edge rusher. Trey Moore piques my interest, and if we haven't done it by now, that probably would be probably the best that we could do. I think George Gums did play at Florida with I'm blanking. Sorry.
Oh, you're all right.
The guys that they brought in, let's see, I'm looking right here. The guys that had the most attention at Jack, not many are listed here. So that's really interesting to me, that they might be trying to get their edge rusher
early.
Yeah. Okay. How about
that's what we did?
I found it. Caden Curry. So three guys went to his pro day, and they watched 3 games. Caden Curry of Ohio State might be a good bet, and the others will probably be gone by now. Kean Sloan of North Carolina State would also be a good possibility. Let's see if Caden Curry is available in the
Sloan or Curry.
Let's see if Caden Curry went 151. So by those Dolphins. So yeah. And
then Sloan.
Okay. Here's a way to attack this. If you take either Aiden Fisher or Justin Jefferson, that would probably be a good bet for a rushing kind of guy.
Okay.
Let's
go ahead after Aiden.
Yeah. Okay, so now you've got Lee Hunter, Jay-Sean Barham, Ted Hurst, Caleb Elarms-Orr. So you've got both a Mike and a Will. You've got a wide receiver in addition to what's in the room. And you've got Robert Spears Jennings opposite Cole Bishop. You've got Aiden Fisher. Later on, with one of the last picks, we'll take Red Murdoch. I have him higher than most people have. Like, the consensus doesn't have Red Murdoch as draftable. They have him as one of the preferred free agents.
Okay.
All right. One thing to look at here might be: do you want another wide receiver? Do you want that guard that you were talking about?
I think guard. I think they went in free agency. I think they grabbed two more than capable guys in free agency. One could play both could play center and guard. I think that's what Bean always looks for. But I think you need to plan for the future. So I would like to see a guard drafted this year.
Yeah. So in the guard situation, I put all the guards and centers in the same boat here.
Okay.
But Bo Stevens is still there. He's a left guard. That's something I always check. Billy Schrouth would have been a great fit there. And then they paid a lot of attention, like 3 games worth of attention, to Micah Morris, who's at 212. Let's see, is he on here? Yeah, he's
Bo
right off the
Stevens,
screen.
Right there. Yeah.
offensive lineman for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Joe Moore Award, which is the best offensive line in the nation, and he's a first-team All-American. If he's still available there, why not?
Say his name again.
Bo Stevens.
Oh yeah, right at the top.
Yeah.
So that's a good bet. And Bo Stevens on my chart here. I have him at 160. That makes sense. And left guard 6'5", 315. And that's his strength is he's a very good pass blocker. Slight vulnerability in run blocking, but you've got a good batch of people. You just don't have Cromer anymore.
Yeah.
I'll be quite honest with you. I think our last left guard benefited from our center and our left tackle. So
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Bo Stevens is a good
Iowa
choice.
has a lot of good pedigree in there too with linemen.
Yeah.
Some of the linemen I saw were top rated too. So he's just one of the guys probably got high accolades, but he just got left in the back dust because the other two were more elite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are we in round 6? What do we got? 2 picks, 1st and 7th, early round Sixers. Okay.
Now I've made jokes about having the more and more draft. Lewis Moore is a highly scouted safety, and he's the best available now at that position. Charles Demings and Damani Jackson, they did pay a lot of attention to Alabama. We don't know who. And
Right.
Andre Fuller down there at Toledo would be a cornerback. He'd be available probably at the next pick. We have pick 1 and 7, so we can get 2 of these guys.
I'll tell you what. Let's go Fuller with that 7th pick, guys. And I'm glad you brought that up, Dean.
Yep.
I always look at corners and who's playing opposite of them. Toledo's other corner, Warren, he's a top first-round draft pick. He might be he's a safety. So he's a top draft pick. Sometimes they tend to stay away from those guys when they're playing against them, which means the corners on whether opposite side of playing them don't get as much attention. So Toledo was a good defensive backfield. Andre Fuller, I think, is a good pick if we can get him in 7 pick and with this pick 7 in the 6th round.
Yes, we'll take him at pick 7. And did you want to take Red Murdoch?
Oh yeah, do it.
The other guys are good. We already picked 2 linebackers, and I didn't know whether you needed another Mike.
What up, Jared? Do you think we should get another Buffalo University guy? A little Mr. Andreessen. Let's go Red Murdoch, a teammate of his.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's pull the trigger on that one.
So Red Murdoch, over his career, has had more than 6 solo tackles a game.
Wow.
And that's unequaled in this draft.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Grab him, Dean.
All right. So we'll get Red Murdoch, and then we take Andre Fuller, right?
There you go. I like that.
So we have one more pick, and pick 4. Let's see what we got. All right, so all. I'm hitting all again. Now here I get a tough question for you. You can take a Utah tight end. You can take a Big 12 wide receiver. You could take Cade Klubnik of Clemson and work him in as your QB3. Give him a chance. The tight end situation is this: you don't really know how badly Dalton Kincaid is
Right.
hurt, so it might make sense to go with the 3 quarterbacks you already have in camp and go with Dallin Bentley. Dallin Bentley is a good choice based on what I know about. Look, I'll show you that page here. Okay, these are the guys that have floated to the top of here with under 25. You can see that there are at least 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 tight ends that they have looked at 3 times. Not necessarily at them, but
They were there.
now I can talk you into one maybe here. Josh Cuevas of Alabama. He's your tight end fullback, 6'3", 245. I think all the other guys are gone. I'm guessing that Will Kaczmarek is already gone, but Josh Cuevas would still be there. And to me, if you take him, you've got a big wide receiver, a tight end, and a fullback, and he plays special teams.
There you go.
See, John Roberts says, don't we have Koleski Latu as tight end if needed? I think he is practice squad guy. He will be. Bills have Kincaid, Knox, and Hawes.
Yes.
They did get rid of Reggie Gilliam, so I like Dean where you're going with the whole multifaceted kind of can play multiple positions, fullback, tight ends, special teams. We need to replace Gilliam, who they did put a lot on. I like that pick. And God forbid Kincaid has anything wrong with his knee again or whatever happens, then we at least have somebody we can bring in. So I say go with that pick.
I like the idea, and give you one alternative to it. Jamari Taylor of Virginia. The Bills scouted only one school 5 times. Sorry, they scouted him 4 times, but he is the highest ranking player on Virginia. So there must be some interest in Jamari Taylor, and he would be your running back, fullback type of guy. So that's a, if you took all of the guys that
because right now it's just Cook and Davis and then Gore, correct?
Yeah. So here are the running backs, right? Jaden Knott, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, and Jamari Taylor. Jamari Taylor is, well, I stand corrected. He's not a kick returner, but Desmond Reed is. They're both lightweights, though. I don't really think that we're looking for a lightweight.
Right.
Adam Randall we had a chance at Adam Randall. How about Max Bredesen? He'd be on the board. He's your fullback.
There you go.
All right. Let's do
it.
If we wanted to do something, I'll bet. Yeah, Max Bredesen is there. So that would be my recommendation.
Fullback, running back, probably could show him how to run tight end and a special teamer.
Yes.
The guy that could do it all. Let's do it. He's from Michigan, so he's got good.
He's got to be good.
Yeah, he's got to be good.
And the Bills never choose a Michigan player. So my friends, I've got a lot of Michigan friends, and they always say, what the. So now, if I finish the draft, we'll probably have a bad score because I'm just warning you. We doubled up on linebacker, and we didn't always choose the top player.
Right.
So I'm just preparing you. Might not have a good draft grade, but it's a hell it's a hell of a draft as far as I'm concerned.
3 steals.
Oh, we also traded down out of the round. Yep, F. See, I was right. So,
You know, out of all the mock drafts I've done, Dean, and I've got a lot of A's and B's, couple C's, it's probably going to be the F that lands the best.
I know. I would adore this draft. And by the way, I love this draft summary. It tells you that 35 wide receivers, 29 edges, 28 corners. You know, it tells you how many of each position were drafted. It tells you made 10 picks and 3 of them were steals. And 6 of them are reaches. Well, we know that they were reaches because I didn't choose the top guy.
Right.
Even though it was my draft board.
Well, sometimes the top guy is not a guy that fits the system. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a 4-3 outside linebacker versus a 3-4, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I
love
think
that.
we hit on everything. We got everything we needed.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that. And that's, it even gives you a little feedback on each one, which ones were the reaches, which were the slides.
There you go.
Stuff like that.
Very cool.
So that was educational, and I'll send you.
Send me that, guys. Those of you who are watching, that is fan speak. Obviously they have the free version. You can sign up, and get some edited. You can upgrade and all that stuff. We are a little bit over. I got to hit this because the people love this little thing that we do here.
Here we go, folks. We're in overtime.
So that just put us in overtime, Dean. But we're talking about the draft. The Bills take 3 days to do their draft. We spent 45 minutes on it. Give us a break. Thank you, Dean, for joining us. It's a pleasure every year to go over this stuff with you. It's a process. I mean, I appreciate you trying to fit in a whole 11 months. It seems like probably 12 months that you put in just 45 minutes, but I think we cover a lot. We explain a lot, and I definitely appreciate you coming on and joining us.
The pleasure was all mine. And I adored doing this. And just anybody that's lasted this long, and they want a copy of the spreadsheets, just hit me up on Twitter, and we'll make sure that you get it so you'll be able to be more informed when the draft comes in 9 days, probably 8 now.
There you go. 9 days. And speaking of 9 days, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium, the K-Gun Report will go live on Thursday. We're going to start about 7:30, and we're going to cover the full draft. We may not pick, but we're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to be merry. I'll be watching the screen. We'll all be watching together. Dean, again, tell everybody, I don't have your handle up there, but tell us where we could find you on Twitter. And again, thank you.
Yeah, it's at TC Bills. It stands for Training Camp Bills _Astro. So that would be the way to get.
There you go. Well, I appreciate it, Dean. I do have to hit up our sponsor one more time. Otis and Lisa's Pizza Sub, and Wings and Dirty Jacks. Guys, right in the heart of the Finger Lakes area. Phelps, New York. 2 local favorites are bringing people together. Otis and Lisa's, it's all about the flavor. Finger Lakes finest wings, and I believe they're still voting for the Finger Lakes finest. They've ranked really well in pizza and wings. They have fresh made pizza and the kind of quality you don't just find anywhere. It's something you come back for. I've been back plenty of times. Then just around the corner, right down the street, step into Dirty Jack's Tavern, a true local hangout, cold local beers, a welcoming atmosphere, and a place where everyone feels at home. I had a couple drinks there last week. Welcoming atmosphere. It's owned by Andy and Lisa Mattoon. It's more than great people. It's more than great food and drinks. It's all about community connection, supporting Phelps every day. Come for the food, stay for the people, be part of something local. I can tell you firsthand that those two, Andy and Lisa, and the 2 businesses help out that community quite a bit in Phelps, New York. So hit them up. Friday's coming around the corner. Great specials. They do have events every Saturday. I believe karaoke is going on right now, but they wouldn't be singing. They'll be watching the show, Dean. But thank you all for joining. Dean, we like to end everything up by saying, go Bills. Go Bills.
Go Bills!
Go
those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. A broken man without a path, a vagrant aimless without a mouth. Took 2 long breaths and just one more till my lungs couldn't hold another. For you and me, and those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. Those baby blues. Yeah, those baby blues. A broken man without a path, a vagrant aimless without a mouth. Some kisses your cheek and then grazes your neck, makes my lips so damn jealous. For you and me, and those baby blues.